Marley's field got worms today, which means Marley's in! I cannot tell you how nice it is to hear the rain pouring down outside, knowing that Marley's going to be sleeping nice and snugly in a stable tonight and tomorrow night. It's just so lovely to think. It is only temporary, but I'm going to embrace it as much as I can the next 48 hours. So in the background is Toby, who is Marley's neighbour and lives in the stable next door. So Marley will be here, Toby is here. And they also live in the same field, so they already know each other and they're good friends, so. Where's your neighbour gone? Alright, Marley's just outside drying off a bit after our little ride. I got on him today. I didn't actually ride him. I literally just got on him, we walked around a little bit and then I jumped off just because he's been off for about 2 months now. And I want to make sure that when I get on in April, he's not going to go completely mental. So I'm going to just keep every now and then just getting on, making sure he's still okay. And he was absolutely perfect. Didn't move off the block at all, waited for me to ask him to walk on. Walked on nice and forward, steering was fine, so no worries there. I'm actually really looking forward to April because it looks like he's really absorbed what he's learned and he's going to be a great little horse when he comes back in. So while Marley dries off, I've got 2 little jobs to do. I'm going to quickly skip out any of the little poos here. I'm topping up his water at the minute and I'm going to just quickly change his hay net because I've actually got haylage I need to use up. So I'm going to give him a half and half hay and haylage net just so I can start using that while he's in, because he should get through a lot of hay nets. It's going to be in pretty much for the next 48 hours, so I can definitely start getting through that. I'm going to run and check my water and then start on these hay nets. Might have overflowed a bit. Right, so I've just changed Marley's hay net over. I need to grab an extra one to put all of the extra hay in. But I'm very lucky. I've got probably the most ideal stable for me because the storeroom is right next door. So, I'm gonna grab this one. And I'm actually gonna grab the haylage as well. Make up a net for tomorrow and get ahead of the game. So I've given Marley a bit smaller bed because it just looks like this part gets quite wet. So if I leave bedding off it, hopefully it won't then sink his bedding. And same with this little corner here, and obviously around the water you don't want bedding there. When you drink you knock it all over and make bedding there again. So I've just cleaned up all the bedding that was here. Obviously cleaned up all the loose hay that was down here. Tried to get all the stuff out of the bedding. It's really difficult to get it all up. And then of course it's got this new thing that we go through night. And I've got like, not even banks, so I've put like little bits at the back just to smile and put in any extra shavings that I might need. I say shavings, I don't even know what this is. I want to say it's kind of fancy. Imagine, it's a similar for clipping it. But yeah, that's my wheelbarrow. I know there's a lot of hay waste there, but everything that was in this corner was just so dusty. I couldn't really justify leaving it for him to eat because that's just how you get like respiratory conditions. So sadly I did take it out. It looks like there's loads actually, but there's not actually that much. It looks like there's a lot, but that wheelbarrow was half full when I used it because I borrowed it from someone else. So that isn't all hay, guys. I'm not that wasteful. Anyway, so that's that. Toby wasn't very helpful. Tried to eat my fork, didn't you? I'm going to bring in Marley's accessories because he has a treat ball, so I'm going to give him that tonight as well. And I'm going to bring his dinner in here. And I'm going to get Marley ready for bed. Now I know funnels exist, but there has to be an easier way of putting treats in a treat ball without losing half of your handful. I mean, a shout out to Palax Equestrian for the scoop. Is that also how you pronounce it? Please let me know. I'm calling it a scoop because obviously the end means it's a little bit easier to get it in. But it's just a little bit too wide, so I still lose some. Potential development idea, guys, a narrower scoop. Tag me, let me know, we'll talk. But it is a little bit easier if you get it right on the middle one. But yeah, right, treat ball's done. Now the best part about Marley coming in was that I could just put his feet in the stable and go home. Sadly not, because he's sharing with Toby. I just don't think it'd be fair for me to feed him in there and then Toby be looking over, watching Mama's dinner, getting really jealous. And I should also add, Toby's a door kicker and I don't want to invite that kind of hell into my life. Don't need it. Don't need Marley being kept up all night by this. So I'm going to feed him on the yard, which means I've got to stay a little bit longer, but that's okay. Right, so the ball is in. Leave it down there. So one thing I really did want to do while he was in is put his lycra hood on him. So because I'm training his mane, I've had it plaited for a couple of days now. I think it's been actually a week and a bit, I don't know, a while. But putting the lycra hood on him will just help it lay flatter. It's still kind of springing up and going up the wrong way when I leave it unplaited for too long. I'm hoping if I keep that on him for a couple of days, it will really help that mane lie in the right way. So I'm going to go and pop that on him now. He's tried it on once and he was very good, but obviously there's no easy way to shove your horse's head through a lycra tube. So we'll see how it goes this time, but fingers crossed. And last time I left the head collar on, which was a massive mistake, so this time I'm going to take it off, but of course he might just wander away. So again, we'll see how it goes. Brad. Good boy, thank you. And that's why we need a rug on it. It's got a little turkey neck. It's quite warm tonight, and Marley was going to stay naked, but because he is wearing this, which I've just sorted out, I'm going to put a fleece on top just so it doesn't hang over him in the night. I must say, Marley, you actually put off the black hood look. What's there? Right, let's chuck this rug on him and then I'll leave him in peace to eat. Right, he has finally finished eating. I'm blinding you. Right, he's finally finished eating. He's in. I don't think he knows what his board is. Can you move in, please? Thank you. Right. Okay, so I'm in front of your hay now. Okay. I'm going. Bye, Marley. Morning. You still did it. You madman. So I just got onto the owl. I've just taken Marley out so I can mark out his stable. And I really wish I'd recorded it because he jumped out of the stable. It's got a little step, and clearly the little step actually jump. So at least we know he can do that. So I'm going to quickly mark out his stable now. I'm going to throw his bed up. I'm going to put his hay ball in because he's got a hay net for tonight. I don't want him to ruin his bed playing with the ball, so I'm going to chuck that in there afterwards as well. And we're going to enjoy the musical startings of Toby and his drum solo while we do this. I don't think that was there yesterday. Hey, Toby. Whoops. So other than the gaping hole in the side, Marley's stable's pretty clean. Now the bed's up, I can just put down a nice fresh bed when he leaves, so that's alright. So all I've got to do now is just put the rest of his hay into his hay ball with some haylage, top up his water, and then bring him back in. So I did double check and the hole was already there. So I was actually very lucky to win this HayPlay from Parallax Equestrian months ago. We actually won it for a competition for my other horse Pippin about the time she was going off on loan. So I've never actually got to use it, so I'm really happy that Marley's now in so we can have a chance to use it with him. Marley does not understand the concept of the HayPlay, but at all. He's had a few bites with some encouragement, but his main interest right now is me. He doesn't understand the HayPlay at all. I think while I'm on the yard, oh my god, Toby. And while I'm here, all he really wants to do is follow me. Hi. Hi. So I'm actually going to head off. I need to go shopping anyway. And hopefully once I'm off the yard, he can have a little bit of investigation himself and explore and try and figure it out. Because he figured out the treat ball last night. I found treats while I was mucking out. So he's also teething at the minute, so he's very nibbly. Oh, I know. Your teeths. Your teeths. Right, I'm gonna head out. I'll check on you later. So it is raining, it is miserable, but it is the moment I've been waiting for all day. So I'm getting Marley ready to free school. So I kind of had like a social thing today. I've been doing poo picking and Prosecco. I thought while the field's nice and empty because all of the boys are in, bar 2, we're going to go out there. We're going to do some poo picking, get as much as we can done, and to make it a less boring job, add alcohol. So we've had bottles of wine, some music. It's been such a laugh. And we've got so much done. And now that that's all finished, we've booked the school out. I'm going to do some free schooling. There it goes.
Don't be camera shy.
Looking so handsome. There's Marley. Hi. So I'm just grabbing Marley's head collar because I left it up here today. I'm going to put his boots on and we're going to head down to the arena. Just booted Marley up. He's going to wear boots on all fours. So he's got brushing boots front and back and his overreach. Mainly because he's going to be running around a lot, finding his footing, obviously finding where his feet should be. He doesn't canter a lot, so I expect that there'll be a lot of brushing and knocking himself while he's just finding his balance and canter. So just to protect his legs mainly, but also, you know, just for extra protection. So I'm going to whip his rugs off and take his hood off and we're ready to go. Marley's just bringing them all to me. Hiya. Go, go. Well, sadly our free school session was cut a little bit short and we had to stop in the end, and I didn't get a lot of footage because the floodlights actually blew out midway through, so I put what I have got in, so you would have seen that already. But he was such a good boy. They were kind of all avoiding the jumps once they put up, but actually Marley was the one that did the best. I was able to lead him through and he kind of brought the herd with him, which was really good. But it was raining a lot and it was a little bit wet and sandy, so I'm going to brush him off now and put a rug on him so he dries, take his boots off and then get ready for bed. So I put Marley's hood back on. I've just finished bedding him down. He's got a little bit of hay left in here, so I'm going to leave it in tonight. He's also got his hay net. I'm going to finish ragging him up and then he's ready for bed. Don't look at me, look at the ball.
Marley.
Eat the ball. It's a massive shame that we couldn't finish a free schooling with Marley, and annoyingly I haven't got a lot of video, but it was still a really good experience for the both of us. I really got to see Marley's gaits. I've not really seen him canter and never in the school, so it was really good again, just to get that experience for him so he learns which leg to go off and cantering in general, and it was so good to see him popping a few jumps as well. He's just having his dinner now, so I'm actually going to head off. He's nice and dry, legs are all clean, bed's down and he's ready for bed. So I'm going to head off now and I'll see you guys tomorrow when he's going to go back out for the first time after being in for 48 hours. Why do I feel like you've got an eye missing? Come here. Yeah, there we go. Good boy. R.I.P. to those two. And that is Marley back out after his 48 hours in the stable.